So I think we are live now. So we have Rebecca Stack. She's the elderly outreach social worker who is with us for the town of Ellington. And she's going to go over medical alert systems and fall detection. Are you at risk?
Yes.
So we do have some folks who are on Zoom. We're going to take questions from them later. And if you have questions, you can just write in the comments on Facebook, and we will get back to you with those answers as we go. So, moving along.
Well, thank you for joining today, and just want to start off with some statistics about falls with older adults ages 65 and older. So 1 in 4 people will fall each year. Every 11 seconds, there's a visit to the emergency room because of a fall. Every 19 minutes, there's a death caused by a fall. And the financial toll of falls is expected to reach $6.7 billion this year. So those are pretty surprising numbers. What is a medical alert device? So it's a device that provides emergency monitoring both in and out of your home. There's systems that can do both, or just in the home if that's what's needed. And when someone falls, a signal is triggered alerting emergency personnel and or family members also. And what happens is when that's triggered, the call center starts talking through the speakers, asks you if you're okay, and if you don't respond or you need medical assistance, they contact medical personnel and they're dispatched out to your home. So these devices are really important for people who live alone or are at risk with balance issues and different things, and they provide a sense of independence and safety for those living alone or are at fall risk. They're also good for not only falls, but just emergency situations. So if there was a break-in, you can't get to the phone, you can push the button on your device, the neck device, the wrist device. If they don't remember how to call 911 or have difficulty with the phone, it's just a push button. And if there's medical symptoms or health concerns that put them at risk, it's just another safety option. So when you or your family are trying to decide if this is something that you would need or should consider, these are some things to think about. Have you or your loved one fallen recently? Do you live alone? Do they live alone? Do they shuffle their feet instead of taking full steps? Are there trip hazards in the home? Things such as throw rugs. Are there different flooring types in the home, so they might be uneven, such as carpet going into tile or wood? Are there stairs in the home? Do they have to step into to take a bath or a shower? Do they have to step over something to get in? Is there difficulties with balance? Are there health conditions that may cause dizziness or maybe make you prone to fainting spells? So those are some things to think about. When you're choosing a medical alert system, there's so many out there. I'm sure you've seen commercials for some of them on TV, but some things to consider: are they waterproof? So if you're in the bathroom and you're in the shower, because that's where a lot of falls happen. There's different styles, so you want to wear it. So if it's something that you don't think is attractive or your loved one doesn't think is attractive, they might not wear it. So that's a big consideration. There are wrist style, like a watch. There's the neck devices as well. Range. So range is important when it's in your home. There's a base, and it has to be able, you have to be able to hear and be able to respond. So that's an important consideration. And is the speaker going to be loud enough so that your loved one can hear if they're not right next to where the base is? And technology is another big one. Is it going to be are updates going to be needed? Will your loved one or yourself, if you're assisting, be able to provide the updates to those systems? setting it up. Can they set it up? How complicated is it? Will you need more than one in the home that will provide sufficient coverage? And landline versus cell phones. So is a landline required? A lot of people are going away from landlines these days and just might have a cell phone. So that's something that is important to think about. And then cost. Cost is always the big factor. The average cost for these systems runs between $25 and $65 a month. And that really is going to depend what type of system that you have. Some are just provide a specific range. They're better used in the home. Then there's models that have GPS. So if you go outside, you go out to your mailbox, you go out to the store, you will have that protection in those cases. You don't necessarily want to enter into a long-term contract, so when you're comparing systems and companies, you want to look at that if they require that. And there could be hidden costs, activation fees, some might charge you for equipment. So you really want to get a breakdown of what the exact cost will be and the specifics for equipment, shipping, installation, activation, things such as that, so you can plan accordingly. And one question I get a lot is if Medicare covers these, and unfortunately at this time they do not. If you're on the Connecticut Home Care Program for Elders or Medicaid, you can get a system covered, but otherwise it's private pay. So there's several, like I mentioned before, there's several brands to choose from, and you can search those online. You'll find all kinds. So what I tried to do is just list out a few of the ones that were reviewed by AARP and consumer advocates. And so on the PowerPoint, which will be on Facebook, I do have them listed, but I'll just name them here quickly. So Medical Guardian, Bay Alarm Medical, Philips Lifeline, Great Call, and Life Phone were some of the top choices there. But there's several others as well that you can choose from. So definitely
do your research.
Do your research. You can also find these and get a system through home care agencies. So if you happen to have home care services, you could even talk to your provider and see if they do offer this. But currently in this area, ECHN can help set you up with a monitoring system through their A Caring Hand home care agency. St. Francis Trinity Health of New England, Hartford Healthcare at Home, and then Home Helpers is another one. So they provide home care, but so that's an added service they provide, is sort of connecting you with one of the companies to provide this fall detection monitoring. And as technology is improving and people are getting more devices, they're trying to expand options for people. So if you have an Apple Watch, there are apps you can use to monitor. I think the jury's out on really how effective these will be. Apple has their own fall detection built in.
I have heard of this one actually working. Yeah.
I don't have it. I knock on wood, thankfully I haven't fallen recently. But I should just test it out on my watch.
Go ahead, Rebecca. Let's see. I'm here for you. Go.
That's next month. But so the Apple Watch does have a fall detection feature, which is supposed to detect if you fall and can notify emergency services. There's also apps for Android and Apple that do the same thing. Fall Safety, Fall Call are two that I was able to find. And there's also something interesting. I had not even heard of this till I started doing some research, but it's a device you mount on your wall. and somehow it can detect if you fall, and it will then do the same thing, and it's called Wallabot. But there's a link to these, which will be on the which is on the PowerPoint on Facebook.
Oh, that's it.
Oh yeah, so
There's Rebecca.
hey, so if you do have any other questions about any of this information, or you want a copy of the slides even, I'd be happy to share them with you. You can always just give me a call and reach out. I'd be happy to.
And so what is your phone number, Rebecca?
My phone number is 860-870-3128.
And for email?
My email is rstack, STACK, at ellington-ct.gov.
All right, so phone calls, emails, any
Emails.
questions on any of this? And
Yes, I'd be happy to get back to you.
All right, so thank you, Facebook folks who are
Thank
watching.
you.
And if you've watched this and you've liked it, make sure you hit the little like button, that little thumbs up signal,
Yes.
or the little heart that you love us.
Right.
That'd be great. All right, and feel free to go ahead and share this page,
definitely,
share this
yeah.
video with your friends and family, and get the word out to them.
Yes,
All right,
for
so-
sure.
All right, so
So-
take care, everybody.
Thank you.